So before I get into the draw with me, I wanted to share some clips from the botanical gardens this weekend. They had an exhibit that was called the Orchid Rodeo. So it was a combination of orchids and cacti displays and planters throughout the botanical garden. I thought that was so much fun. But I wanted to come here for some plant inspiration because for today's video, I'm going to be working on an OC. And I kind of had this vision of, I'm calling them the greenhouse girls for now, but I'll think of something much better later. But there's this group of 3 girls who work in a greenhouse. It's still going to be like the 90s anime vibe that I like, but they work in this greenhouse and they all have different roles. So one of them maybe tends to the plants, and the other one like documents plants like in a sketchbook and like their capabilities and like their strengths and weaknesses. And then the third one kind of makes like potions and elixirs from like the powers that these plants have. And I just think that's so much fun. So today I'm working on the first OC for this like group of greenhouse girls. And I was hoping that the botanical gardens would give me some inspiration for today's spread. So I took my sketchbook and I did some plant studies, and I really like the style and like the brush pen I use. So I'm definitely going to incorporate that into today. And yeah, so now that we have some inspiration, we can get into the draw with me. But before I get started with that, I wanted to share a few pages in my sketchbook that I'll be like bringing together in today's spread. So the first one is this Frankie spread I did of Frankie from Peach Riot, but I did her in like an anime style. I really just like this spread and how playful it is and just like the overall vibe. And then we have the spread from the botanical gardens, of course. I do have the urge to add color, but we're gonna leave it alone because not every page needs color. But this is another inspiration for today's spread. And then I just did some practices of the character that I have in my mind. I think I want to do a combination of this drawing style, but then like this coloring style. So overall, I'm gonna bring together this brush style, this drawing style, add in some botanicals like this, and then bring in the playful vibe of the spread. So let's get started. I didn't record the sketch with me part because I sketch like this. And I take a long time to sketch, and I would spend a lot more time trying to record and sketch at the same time. So for the sake of this video, let's just get started with coloring in this page. And here is the final spread. I am really happy with how it came out. I think it was exactly how I envisioned. It was the perfect combination of like this drawing style with this coloring style with these botanical studies, and then bringing the vibe of like the Frankie spread like all into this. I wanted to do one of them with her hair down just to kind of see how that would look, but also it kind of helps me understand like the gradient of her hair since it's 3 colors. I also changed her name to Lila. I originally had it as Ivy, but the more I was doing it, she wasn't really feeling like an Ivy. And I do really love the name Lila. But yeah, let me know in the comments which greenhouse girl vibe she's giving. Like, do you think she is the one that's documenting like the plants like powers and abilities like in the sketchbook? Or do you think that she's the one tending to the plants? The third one was the girl who's doing like the elixirs and potions with them, but I have a different vision for that one. So that one's not what this one is for. But yeah, this was so much fun, and I'm excited to continue this journey of like these original characters in this like mystic world that I'm creating. But yeah, I hope this was inspirational and just a reminder that the inspiration for what you want to draw is all around you, no matter where you go. And even if you're not looking for art, it's there. As you can see, I've got all this from the botanical gardens. But yeah, as always, thanks for hanging. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Bye.